Welcome back to Chaos Collectibles. So I ended up sending off that figure to Matt. He seems very happy with it. The Nord the Barbarian custom figure. So what I ended up doing is with the money that he paid me for doing that figure for him, I put toward another figure. So this is something I'm going to start doing, I think from here on out, is trying to get my collection to pay for itself. That's something that I did back in 2021. I was selling items so that I could pick up other items, getting rid of some things that I no longer was really into, to pick up some more items that I was really, different collections and stuff. However, there's a reason I stopped. And that reason is, if anybody is familiar with old school WWF wrestling, Erwin R. Shyster, right? Acronym, right? For governmental agency. They did a change this past year to where if you sell items, you make transactions through PayPal, things like that, it is charged as income and you have to pay a percentage. Didn't used to be the case, right? You sell your items, you get the money for it, no big deal. So, unless you're able to put in the time, the work, keep receipts and do all that stuff, right? You're going to be charged taxes on the entire amount of the purchase, the sales, all that stuff, right? So if you buy an item and you turn around and sell it for say $500, you're going to get taxed as income on that $500. I don't know what the percentage is, 25%. But in reality, you may have only made $50. So the only workaround on that is to keep receipts for what you sold the item for, what you bought it for, receipts for the shipping cost, so that you can figure out what the actual profit was from the sale on that item. So that way they only tax you on that profit, okay? I'm not sure if any of you are aware of this, but that is why I do not sell on eBay. That is why I normally don't sell items. For that reason, because otherwise it becomes a pain in the ass. And then you got to pay an accountant more money to do this for you. Unless you're willing to sit down and itemize every single thing that you bought, sold, everything in between, right? So that's why I gave it up. It's just too much work. Too much work, too much headache, not worth it to me. So that's my little rant. Wasn't sure if anybody knew about that, right? But that is what it is, okay? So anyhow, back on point. See, rant, right? Been doing that a little bit lately. So here we go. So I took that money and I put it toward another figure, right? Just because I don't have the funds right now to go out and buy stuff. I mean, I went crazy there for the last few months, right? So I ended up putting it toward a figure. So, you guys are going to laugh once you see what this figure actually is, right? This is Ceremonial Hercules Builder Pack. Okay? So I made Nord the Barbarian, which is actually the figure that this is made from, right? Made the custom, sold the custom, used that money toward buying this figure. You're probably asking yourself, well, why didn't you just make one yourself? Well, reason is, in reality, I would rather just have the figure, the original, as opposed to making a custom. And also, this is the only Zola World figure that has that color body. I mean, I know that the head doesn't match the body perfectly, but it's the only figure body that is this color. There's this one. There's also the Thundar version of this. Ceremonial Thundar, I think it's called, right? So, with that being said, Ceremonial Hercules, okay? But if you look at the face, remember how I talked about the eye being a little bit off, a little bit This eye right here on this side is off a little bit. It's not quite centered, okay? But look at the eye paint, the face paint. I just noticed this. It's brown and not black on this figure, right? There are some blemishes in the paint, but that's just the way this figure's done. Every one that I've seen is exactly the same, right? Seems to be some paint missing right there and a connection between the mustache and the beard. And everyone I've seen, even in the book, has that same flaw in it. So, pretty interesting stuff there, right? So what I'm going to do, this is a builder pack. And by builder pack, I mean, it come in a bag, right? Probably sold at a Zolaverse show, with accessories that really didn't go to the original figure, as opposed to being sold in the Slime Drones box, okay? Yellow belt, doesn't go to this figure. This is the Hercules sword, but that's not the one that originally went to the figure. This actual figure come with a fur vest, short fur vest, right? A chain, boot covers, right? Along with a white sword, a white translucent sword, right? So that is Hercules. Now I did just notice something, right? Because I just got this yesterday, just came in the mail. As soon as I got the funds from the other figure, I reached out to Barry to see if he had this one, okay? Although I do think I like the paint job that I did better, right? I wanted the original figure. Barry reached out, made sure everything was great, perfect, you know, I told him. But as I look at this figure more, and this is not Barry's fault, right? This leg, not sure if they're all that way in this figure, seems to be a little warped. Right here. So I don't know if that was something done in the factory, if it got heated up too much or something. I mean, the figure's obviously not melted itself. You'd be able to tell if it was. It's not like the plastic is running down or anything. But the leg does seem to be a little wonky right here. But that's okay, right? Ceremonial Hercules. I do notice, though, I did have a hard time standing this one up, and that's probably why, it's because of the way that leg is. But it is what it is. No big deal. But this is the Ceremonial Hercules. I am going to cut out a fur vest like I did for Matt. I do have a chain that I'm going to put on him. If I don't, I'll pick one up. And I'm going to try to make this one as close to the original as possible. I'm not sure about the fur part at the bottom, but I do want to put a fur vest on it. I do want to put a chain on it. And see if I have the white, clear white sword. And then I'll just give this one to a different figure. And of course the yellow belt, I'll give that to another figure as well. So thanks a lot, Barry Rushing. I appreciate you. And thanks a lot, Matt Watson, for purchasing the custom, first ever commission custom that I've done. But all right, everybody, I just wanted to come on here, show you this, right? Because I wasn't planning on doing this, but it's kind of funny how things work out sometimes, right? But I just wanted to come on here, show you this figure. And thanks again, everybody, for tuning in as always. I hope you have an awesome day. Until next time. Woo!